Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing fucking well. Happy Friday? Yeah, it's Friday. Happy Faded Friday, bitches. Good morning, Mikey. Young at heart, slapping that fucking button 35 times in rapid succession. Friday cardio achieved. Thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving an anus swings for so fucking long. I appreciate you. Thank you for slapping the shit out of that button. Good morning and coffee toast. I hope you're all doing well this morning. It's fucking cold. Surprise. Nobody's surprised. You're working? Boo. Happy Faded Friday, everybody. Welcome. It is cold. I have nothing else, but at least my house isn't freezing because of this lovely little strange oscillating space heater I got. No one's dead and we're all okay. Thank fuck, because that's all I care about. Good morning. Thank you, Young. How are you? How are you all doing? I hope you're well. Feels like I literally, like last night, I quite literally ended stream and just went straight to bed. I feel like I just rolled out of bed when I feel like I just took a break. Feels weird, man. Feels weird going from a night stream to a morning stream. My brain is like, what day is it? What time is it? Where are we? What are things? I gotta fix my stupid pins. I can feel them on my head. It's in the 70s. God damn. Dude, with all the crocheting of blankets you do, you should be in a cold weather system. Seriously. I wish I had I wish I like could do that shit. Right, like it's cold. This is perfect for it. I used to quilt. Honestly, I used to quilt a lot. But in this, I just don't have the room. This house is too small to do like any project that's, I mean, honestly, it's just too small for anything really, because you have to like spread the fabric out and pin it together and all this shit. I don't know. Quilting takes a lot of space, and I don't have the room anymore. Raised, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving an anus swings for so fucking long. I appreciate you, and thank you for using that Prime sub. Do not forget your Prime subs. Bezos doesn't deserve it. Thank you, my love. Hold on one sec. Sorry. Gotta get my hair out of my eyes. Drives me crazy. Feels weird? Kind of. I am young. Oh, dude. I go outside literally just to take the dogs out. And it's so cold, they don't even like it. That's the weird thing. Like, they love snow. And, you know, relatively cold weather. But this weather is so cold. Like, they go outside to go to the bathroom and they run immediately back inside. And you guys know my dogs. My dogs love to be outside. They would love to just live in my yard. So when they don't want to go outside, it's definitely a, I know the weather's fucked. There we go. Out of the face. Haha. Thank you, Raced. I love you and appreciate you. I have no idea. Days don't matter. Days mean nothing. Do you like Against the Storm? It's a pretty cute game, right? I've kind of fucked with it a little bit. My fact of the day calendar says today that knitting used to be a male-only occupation. What? Knitting was an occupation? Or was it like a hobby seen as just a male hobby? Interesting. I didn't know that. Although I have known a lot of men who knit. Like I don't know why it's like deemed a feminine thing, because I've known a lot of dudes who knit. And knit well too. My shoulder's bugging me. I slept funny last night and I don't know why. Ew. I have a chihuahua, so he doesn't do well in cold weather. That was Millie. Oh my god, my pug. Bless her heart. She hated it. She had a little jacket. I actually got her a little jacket and it had a little hoodie on it because she wouldn't go outside. She would fake pee, which apparently is quite common amongst pugs. They're like the most stubborn assholes in the world, and they will fake piss to get back inside and then immediately piss on your floor. It's great. It says occupation. I'm curious what that means. That's cool though. I'm loving the game. It's broken me out of the game funk. Just couldn't get into anything for ages. I feel that. That's been me. Honestly, like when I'm not, like the good games I'm playing are all on stream. So when I'm not streaming, I sit around and I'm like, I don't have a game to play. Because everything that I haven't played, I want to play with you guys. Like I want to play on stream. I like playing them with people as opposed to by myself. So I've got a shit ton of games, but I'm just like, I don't have anything that I'm playing offline right now. Like I basically sit in bed and play Civ 5 on my iPad or read a book. Oh, dog sweater. Oh my god, the picture of it on your cat though fucking killed me. That was hilarious. And it fits and the dog actually wears it. That's amazing. Lizzie! My precious Loznay Beulah. Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving an anus swings for 49 fucking months and being my friend for so fucking long. I appreciate you. And thank you for using your Prime Sub. I know I'm fucking a broken record about this, but if you think about all the goddamn Prime subs out there not being used, Bezos is easily making $1 million a minute just off those alone, and it's nauseating. Thank you for the hype train, by the way. Jesus Christ, first thing in the morning, I appreciate you. Thank you. I got a repetitive strain injury from writing essays. I believe it. You know the lady, the chick who did my hair? I don't know exactly how old she is. I'm guessing like 20s. She looked really young, but I look really young, so who the fuck knows? I'm guessing she was in her mid-20s. She already has arthritis in her hands from doing hair. That's crazy to me. Ow. I slept with a headband on my wrist. Now I'm going to have an itchy circle on my wrist all day. Great. Great. Yeah, she literally was telling me she already has arthritis, which is crazy. That's too young. But I mean, like, Lizzie, you've had long hair. Have you ever just tried to do your hair in one session, like stand in front of the mirror and do your hair above your head, like curl your hair or anything like that? Just doing my own hair, I have to take like a break in between because my arms get so fucking tired. I can't imagine what their arms and wrists feel like at that point. Kona, my love, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings for 6 months in a row. It's a fucking long time, and I appreciate you. How are you, love? Good morning. Because, ow, right? I take breaks, even now, because my hair is so thick. I usually split it in half, like right about here, and I'll blow dry this part, and this part up here is still soaking wet, and I literally have to go, like, rest my arms, because I'll start to get a cramp. This hand, especially, for some reason, cramps really hard. When I'm, like, I use a round brush to blow dry it. And this hand, well, I will, like, cry. I get such a bad cramp in my hand sometimes. Good morning, Nicktastic. Thank you for the biddies, you silly fucking. Thank you all for the hype train. I appreciate you. THC seltzer. Ooh, yum. You'll have to tell me how it tastes. Wait, I don't have to be the one to pay you? Shit, I've been doing it wrong this whole time. I know, right? It's actually really shocking, Kaki. A lot of people don't know that we get paid exactly the same via whether or not it's a paid for sub or a Prime sub. I've heard a lot of people just in the community, even like in the last year, be like, "Oh, I never wanted to give you my Prime sub because I thought that was just like it just counted as a sub number, but you didn't get paid." We still get a cut of subs, exactly the same as any other sub. It's just so important to use them. It's free. I get nauseous. It's just so much money. What up, Mr. Fox? How are you? Good morning. Shall we cheers? I have a stoner bowl from last night. I don't know what I did. I think I slept funny. My neck is a little tight. What are you gonna do? How are you, Mr. Fox? I got my hair. Have you seen my hair since I did this? I don't know if I've shown you. I got it done like a week ago yesterday, actually. A week ago. And I've washed it once, and it still looks great. I'm pretty proud of it. Let us cheers with our stoner bowls. Wait, oh God, please tell me I have a lighter. Oh, thank fuck. Oh, first world problems. Cheers, y'all. Jesus fuck on a dick. Cheers. Mike, I feel the same way. I've done my own hair multiple times throughout my life. I think anybody who fucks with hair fucks with your own hair at least once or twice. And I had so much virgin hair that I know, like, I think, Mr. Fox, we talked about this before I got my hair done. Having that much virgin hair, like, literally my hair was undyed, untouched, unchemically treated to about here, is, you guys know, if you do hair for a living, it's a hairdresser's dream to be given a blank slate like that and told, do whatever you want. And I didn't want to fuck it up because that took 2 years, over 2 years to grow out all that virgin hair. And so I was like, I know I could bleach it myself and dye it, but I could pay someone to do it professionally and get it done really, really well and not fuck my own hair up. And she was an apprentice. I didn't know, like, I honestly don't care. I don't understand. Like, I know salons have, like, they have different steps of stylists these days. And some salons, they'll have, like, people specifically that just dye your hair, and then someone specifically just cuts your hair and all this stuff. She did everything, and she was just an apprentice and did not, like, especially because I've already washed. Get this, Fox, you'll love this, and Mikey, anyone who does hair. This is my dumb move of the week. So, you know, you get your hair dyed a vivid color. All vivids are semi-permanent. meaning they just wash out. They do not stay. They don't like permanent hair color. Literally, like embeds in the hair follicle. I think in the hair strand, whereas semi-permanents do not. So they wash out over time, and they're healthier for your hair because of this. And it's easier to change your hair if you do semi-permanents. But because of that, usually when you first get your hair done, you let it go like you try not to wash your hair for as long as you possibly can, just so the dye can sit and stain as much as possible, and so you're not washing your hair out as much as so you're not washing the dye out. Also, it's not healthy to wash your hair constantly. We know this. And it was like the first day that this cold weather snap hit, I was just so uncontrollably cold. Like I was just sitting here shivering. I didn't have a space heater anymore and I was dying. So normally what I do when I'm freezing cold is I boil myself in a bath. Literally, I fill a bathtub with the hottest water possible. And I fill it, I put like a cup of, or a half cup of Epsom salt in it, some bubble bath, and I get in it and I cook myself. And honestly, it's the only way I've found that I can get my core temperature back up to a normal and it stays. You know what I mean? Like I can do some squats or like work out and get myself warm again, but it immediately goes away. The second I stop moving, I start to get cold again. And for some reason, boiling myself in hot water raises my core temperature enough to like keep me warm for a few minutes. And so I did that with freshly dyed hair. Don't do that. But I'm just saying, it like by all rights, soaking your hair in salt water, all the dye should have come out. I should have come out blonde. Don't do that. That is the stupidest thing you could possibly do. I did it not thinking about it, but my hair, I mean, it still looks great. This, I think the green faded a little bit. Like this looks very white now. But those are baby hairs. They never really hold dye very well. That's it though. Other than that, I can't really see any fade. But my bath water was blue. Definitely blue. Happy glutens. Gluten Morgan, y'all. I never know what the fuck to title a stream. I honestly, every day right before I go live, I panic. I just put something in there and call it good. Okay, May, thank you. I literally, it's a week old. I really like it too, though. Most guys give me most control over their hair. I know what guys want, but I have no idea what ladies want. We don't know what we want either. I'm gonna be honest. That's why I've never gone to a hairstylist and been like, here's a picture in a magazine of exactly what I want ever in my life. I've gone in and been like, let's see what we can do that's fun. Seriously, that's what I do every single time because I think it's really unrealistic, especially for someone like me with heavily chemically treated hair, to go in with just like a picture of something and be like, I want to be that. Because you're never going to get exactly whatever some picture is. You're not that person, so you're not going to look like that. I'd rather the hair, like I view my hairstylists as artists, like a tattoo artist. And like I do the same thing with tattoos. All of my tattoos, I've literally been like, here's a piece of my body. Will you do something cool on it? I like all your art. And I always feel like an artist is going to do their best work if they have creative freedom because they're artists. Like at the end of the day, hairstylists are artists. That's why they go into it. They love what they do. And a lot of it's probably, I assume a lot of what they get to do is like boring. You know, blondes, just cuts here and there, a perm, whatever. To be honest, I'd rather give you the one I watch the most, my money in my prime for someone I watch less. Like Ezekiel underscore I. Who's that guy? Ooh, are you getting a frosted Nick? I'm excited for you. So, if they put it, so usually when you get your hair frosted, meaning like, you know, you get a little bit of bleach on the tips or whatever, so it looks like it's sun-kissed, they'll put a toner on it so it doesn't look super brassy. What a toner is just watered down hair dye. That's all it is. It's watered down color. So so like the more you wash your frosted hair, the more it will start to turn like that brassy, kind of like goldish color, as opposed to like a nice icy, you know, whitish color. So it's same concept, but you can go, this is so blue. Oh my god, I left that screen on. You can go to any like Target or Sally's or whatever and get something called blue shampoo or purple shampoo. And all it is shampoo for your hair, but it's got a little tiny touch of semi-permanent either blue or purple dye in it. And what that will do is it will kind of fight away that brassy shit that keeps showing up forever. You know what I mean? Without like there's no peroxide in it. There's nothing that's harming your hair in those shampoos, but they're depositing the smallest amount of dye on top of your bleach so you don't get that, you know, unless you like that brassy tone. It doesn't look good on me, so I don't like it. Thank you for the fucking hype train, you silly fucks. I appreciate you. And a princess tattoo artist, free tattooed wildflowers, those are so beautiful though. I know, I've seen them. They're fucking phenomenal. Free tattooed wildflowers on my collarbone after scrolling through Pinterest and then doodled on me in the shop. Go with the talent, not the titles. Hard, yes. That's exactly what she did with my hair. No shit. She was like, so what do you want to do with your hair today? I'm like, I want to see how light it goes. Like, let's bleach it. Let's see how light it goes. And then you just have fun with it. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah, it's virgin. Like, this is untouched. You can't lie when there's gray in your hair, you know? Like, I can't go in and be like, no, this is definitely my hair color. I have so much gray in my hair. Like, it's pretty obvious. And so I just let her do what she wanted. And then she went in the back and she literally did the same. She scrolled Pinterest for inspiration, came up with this and did it. I love hot showers after being outside for a long time, but it sucks when you're so cold the water runs off after it's ice cold after hitting your body. And then the bathtub fills up with that cold water. Oh my God. Permanent hair dyes. Okay, here it is. This is the science. Fox is probably, I mean, definitely way smarter than me. I'm just talking out my ass. Permanent hair dyes have boosters such as ammonia to boost, hard quotes on boost, the dye particle's ability to penetrate the hair follicle. Semi-permanent ones don't usually have it. I always check. I make sure there's no peroxide in anything I'm using at home because I'm not going to fuck my hair up. Like, that's not what I'm doing. No, not today. Happy gluten Morgans, everybody. How are you, Bubblicious, my love? I did that in the 90s when I wanted Jennifer Aniston's hair from Friends. Oh, 100%. We've all done it. I think I did it when I was like in middle school, but as an adult, never. I'm always happier when they do what they want to do. I don't know what's going to look good on me. I'm an idiot. It's their job to make me pretty and leave the salon pretty. Like, I'd rather them just have full creative freedom over that. I've never been disappointed. But then again, I'm pretty brave. Like, there's not a lot you could do that would make me like, I've done my hair like every fucking color ever. It is, Mikey. What would you have charged for this? I'll tell you what it actually costs. I already told everyone if you didn't hear it. It's important because it sounds like a shit ton of money until I tell you how long I was sitting in the salon. And then you're like, no, that bitch deserves it. It's the time. It's literally the time. The time to dye, especially with my hair. Like, Mikey, remember, I don't know if, oh, dude. When I first started streaming, my hair was literally to my hip bone. That was the first time I ever got it dyed blue. I went in there and said, hey, can you bleach my hip long hair and dye it blue? 8 hours. That one took 8 hours. My little sister Sarah sat with me the whole time. Bless her heart. It is a lot of work, though. Yes, my hair is thick as fuck. It's heavy. There's a lot. My hair takes up bleach like no. It just soaks up anything you put on my hair. Every single time I go somewhere to get my hair, I'll tell them my hair is really thick, and they're like, "Oh, no worries. This will be enough." It's always twice as much as I guess. Always, inevitably, at least twice as much dye or product. What up, Rod? Good morning. He is a new streamer. He's new. Writing this down. What's it called? Literally, there's a million different brands out there. Mr. Fox or Mikey might know a brand that's dependable. That's like a good name. I don't know one because I use like Overtone shampoo, which actually deposits like a lot of blue dye because I have blue hair. But if you just like go on Amazon and look for purple shampoo and or blue shampoo, that's literally what they'll be called. Either one. And that little bit of dye cancels out that brass tone, so then your hair doesn't turn orange. Rip bank account, for real. I didn't do that in the 90s. I knew I looked like shit with the Rachel. Pucky, you look beautiful. You are Rachel. Shut up. I would love to say something else about Friends, but I never watched Friends. I know exactly the haircut. I never watched Friends. I know nothing about it. And now that I have a meaningful tattoo, I now just want bullshit tats. Fuck yes. I don't think I have. I mean, all of my tattoos have a little bit of a meaning to me, but it's not like I sit there and tell my tattoo artist a diatribe. Like with this one, I was like, I just want to incorporate a dark crystal and a rupee. Like, that was the most important thing to me. And she was like, okay, but she didn't know why. Like, I don't, to me it's special. Or like my big one on my side, my tattoo artist didn't know why there's that many roses and that many petals, but I do. But I still let them have freedom. Like, this tattoo I have of my side with all the roses, I literally went to him because he specializes in roses. He does beautiful work with roses and floral stuff. And that was really important to me, like the colors. I took a picture of Billie Piper in season 2 of Doctor Who into a hairdresser when I was 12. My mom was shocked when I wanted hair. I wanted my hair cut because I was anti-cut for ages. Little did she know, it's because I was just deep into Doctor Who special interest. I love that so much. Did you get it though? My person literally charges by the hour. So does mine. I mean, everyone I've ever gone to does because no matter what I'm getting done, it's going to take a long time. So it's always just the amount of work. By the way, for anyone wondering, never buy blue shampoo conditioner if you're very blonde. Natural or dyed? Curious. Natural or like chemically treated blonde? Or both, or yes. Hair color theory dictates, oh God. I can read. Hair color theory dictates the following. Purple is the complementary color for yellow. Blue is the complementary color for orange. Blue shampoos, conditioners are meant to tone down the warmth of some orange hair colors. It won't get rid of the orange, it'll just dull it down a bit. Yeah. It just like, it helps fight the brass, right? Medieval, I haven't finished it yet. I mean, it's like half finished. It costs like $1,500 a session because it's so fucking big. So I have to save up quite a lot of money to go in and get it done again. But no, I haven't finished it yet. But I haven't gotten anything else done either. Like that'll definitely, that's my tattoo I'm working on right now, but no. Yeah, when I was in Baltimore, exactly. I usually hand it over to the colorist to take over. I usually have barber clients. That's so you guys have special colorists. That's how it was in Baltimore. In Baltimore, the lady who did my hair, she colored it and then someone else would cut it and someone else washed my hair. But it wasn't like, some high-end fucking salon. It was in Baltimore. Gregarious Fista! My lover, how are you? Greg is still buried, but alive. I saw him in the window the other day. How are you, love? Thank you for resummoning the class, keeping the class alive and giving native swings. Oh, Nick! Fuck yeah, let's check this. Let's check this with Fox and Mikey and see if this is decent. I like bedhead. What do you guys think? Hair people. Is this a decent... Is this like yeah, that's a decent, it's a purple toning shampoo. Would this be decent for frosted tips to use like once a week? You wouldn't use it. I mean, you wouldn't use it every single time you wash your hair, but is that a good one? I've used bedhead like my whole life. I've been using bedhead products forever. I hope they're okay. I really do because I'm going to be sad if they're not because I've been using them my whole life. They smell nice. Yes and yes. So natural and dyed blonde. Don't use blue for natural and chemically achieved blonde hair. Don't use blue. Okay, so and this one's a purple one. Would this one work pretty well? Both of my tats are small. I can imagine over 1K. Yes. Well, it's kind of like getting your hair done, right? Like I don't even remember what this tattoo costs. I think this is my smallest. It's hard to show. I think this is my smallest, like, least intricate tattoo on my whole body. And honestly, I think it was the minimum. Like, you know how most tattoo artists have, like, a minimum, no matter what size the tattoo is, even if it's this big, like, it's going to cost blank. I think this one costs the minimum. This was the same tattoo artist that did my big one, Ryan. He comes by the stream all the time. This bitch. I know. It's just so, she really did. I want to put lotion on it. I'll get you a closer look. This one is, it's like it feels like a nice piece of jewelry. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like someone handed down some ancient piece of jewelry to me. I love this one so much. Un moment. I get hella ashy this time of year. Oh, this one? Yeah, my camera's mirrored, sorry. It's like, so if I wear a shirt with a word on it, it's not read backwards. You know what I mean? This one, I like this one too, honestly. This one, this is my, it's a clover, but like not your, quintessential 4-leaf clover. I'm an Irish bitch. So when my Nana passed away, me and my sister and my mom all got tattoos that are matching. They're not exactly the same. It's the same plant, but like a different design. And then we all got one 4-leaf clover, but it's like actually the botanical clover, like not the cartoon clover. Because if you look at a clover in the field, that's what they look like. They do not look like the cartoon clover. But yeah, we all got matching ones kind of in the same spot. I think mine's the biggest, and then my sister's, and then my mom's. And then that guy, it almost looks fake sometimes, I swear to God. I don't know. I like them too. I like all my tattoos, honestly. I don't hate any of them. They're fun. It's like decorating. Mikey, have a beautiful time and don't forget sunscreen. Nick, that's actually my air. That's an air purifier, but it does. I know. Everybody says that. Looks like an iPod shuffle. The old iPod shuffles. I know. Oh shit, wrong arm. I was just putting lotion on it because it looks so much better. I'm dry. I'm a dry hoe. After trying so many shampoos for my hair, the only thing that really does the job is Mop Top. Everything else has dried it out and it gets staticky. Boo. You know, my hair gets staticky really, really easily because it's so dry here. The only way I can combat it is by using like products after I get out of the shower. So I use just like, sulfate free, color safe shampoo and conditioner. Not really I don't really like buy high end shit if I'm gonna wash it off my body immediately. I don't think it really matters. Stuff that I'm gonna leave on my body, i.e., like lotions and hair products that I'm gonna leave in my hair. Those are the ones where I really like look at the ingredients and shit. And my sister gave me these. It's actually like manufactured by her hairstylist. I think it's called Loma is the brand, but it's a heat protectant oil and a lotion, and I have to use those every single time I wash my hair. Otherwise, my hair is like this static. It will sit here and do this to me and just tickle my face all day. It's the worst. Oh my God, Greg, I'm so sorry. Zach is that way. Is that weird? Did you think he was that way? That's the front of my house behind me. I know. It's so his back is to me. Like if we bulldozed all these walls, you could see me in his camera. Does that make sense? Like if we just fucking blew through our spare bedroom into his office, I would be the background of his stream. Weird, huh? People ask if I'm gonna cover the scar from breaking my arm with a tattoo, but I don't think I want that. I like looking at it. I think scars are badass, and I'm gonna be honest. Scars and what are they called? Stretch marks do not tattoo the same as the rest of your skin, and they hurt. It hurts. It hurts. The pain that like scar tissue and stretch marks are just scar tissue because from your skin like tearing while you grew. It's like why? It's not Barker clock yet. It's like really tight. The skin is like insanely tight. And so when they tattoo it, I mean, it hurts. I have this one went right through a scar that goes right across my middle of my hand. And then this one, this bitch, I have stretch marks all up. Who doesn't have stretch marks on their hips? Let's be real. But all over this, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like lines where the color is different. And it's just the stretch marks. And they hurt. Like I could feel when he hit one. I'm trying to see if I can find one. I can't see one. I can't see that close right now. But right here, they're different and they don't like it's like he almost had to scrub because the needle wouldn't penetrate. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's like, you know how the needles are going really, really fast across your normal skin, and when it would hit the scar tissue, it's like every 3 pokes would actually penetrate. So whenever you went across a stretch mark or a scar line, he had to go over it like 50 more times to get it to it hurts. I wouldn't. Just own your scars. They're good stories. Good morning, Najiel. How are you, love? I read the ingredients of the bedhead product, and while it's a decent product, I'm confused as to why it has SLS, sodium laureth sulfate, which is the main cleaning ingredient. SLS is quite intense, which is kind of forcing the manufacturer to add in more pigment into the product to counteract the cleanser intensity. I was thinking the same thing. Isn't that's the kind of ingredient we avoid in color safe shampoos, yeah? I know, Greg. I'm so sorry. It's a whole new world. And when you get older, they sag like shit. So bear that in mind. Do scars sag more than normal skin? I don't know if I have any I don't have any elders with big scars. Like old scars. My mom's got her boob scars, but those are relatively new. Oh, tattoos on stretchy bits. Yeah. Anywhere, I mean, if you just look at anyone older and everywhere where things sag, it's going to sag on you. Like no one's magic. Titties are going to go down. Belly shit's going to go down. Like all that's going to morph. That's why arm tattoos are nice. Your arms really, as long as you put sunscreen on them and like protect your tattoos, you don't really like change form too much on your arms, you know? But like, for instance, when I got this one, my tattoo artist asked me, "Are you ever gonna have kids?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Well, this kind of goes across your stomach skin and it will stretch if you ever get pregnant and kind of like what's the word? Like deform the tattoo a little bit." I was like, "Oh, fuck no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not having kids. We're good." Florida, where freedom reigns, dude, for real. I'm afraid to get a tattoo on the squishier parts of my body. What if I gain or lose weight? Will my tattoo look like shit? I've gained and lost weight, but not like I don't know. I don't think so. I've seen a lot of people who like go through extreme weight loss who have tattoos, and honestly, their tattoos look more vibrant and like newer when they lose weight because the skin goes back like it unstretches, it recompacts and the color gets closer together and looks like more strong. But I don't know about like I guess it just depends like how much weight you gained and how much that body part stretched out. I don't know. I'm really tall, so I feel like I get away with weight gain and loss without people really noticing. I get away with it really easily because I'm big. It doesn't cause like, I can gain a fair amount of weight without parts of my body bulging out. It's the cheat of being tall, I think. Tired as hell? Boo. It makes those women who have had a mastectomy and had tattoos in the breast area seem even more badass. Oh, dude, they are. I can't even. I like my mom. I don't know, actually, though. You know what's weird? So get this, Workster. My mom has a fake boob because she had breast cancer. And she had breast cancer. It was ductal, meaning it was in the ducts of like the nipple. So they had to remove the nipple and all the mammary tissue from inside the boob. So it was just nothing. And so she has like the Franken scar across the top. She didn't get it tattooed at all, but what she told me is because what they do, oh my God, we need to cheers. Absolutely. I missed CD Moose's cheers earlier too. I mentally checked it and then didn't do it. I think I need to grind up weed. I do. Hold on. I'm gonna grind up weed and load a bowl while I tell you this story. So, when my mom has really small boobs, had really small boobs. Most of the women in my family were not exactly breastularly gifted. And because of that, they couldn't do what's called a lumpectomy, where they would go in and just take the lump of cancerous tissue and you'd still have some breast tissue. They went in and took everything, the skin of the boob, like the nipple, everything down to the muscle, basically. Everything. She was flat as fuck. And because of that, I think it removed a lot of nerve endings. And the only reason I say that is she has told me this ever since she got it all removed and got the expander. I mean, ever since she got it all removed, she can't feel anything. Like she can't feel shit. All of the skin is completely it's like having a dead leg, You poke it and you're like there's something in your brain that knows it's yours, but like you can't feel it when you poke it. That's what her boobs feel like. And now she only had one removed, but she did get an implant. She got like the expanders and then got an implant put in and everything. And they put like a little baby implant in the other boob, just like, she was in her 60s, so it was like to make them look similar and perky and whatever. And it's super weird. So what she says, I can't get this fucking open. Child safety shit is bullshit. What she told me is the creepiest thing is that she can't feel the skin on top of the boob. So none of this, all the way over to her armpit, she can't feel any of that to this day. It's just like a non-factor. It's like asleep, it feels like. But the implant, when, like, say she goes out in the cold and then goes back into a warm place, her body cools off and warms up more efficiently and faster than the implant. So if she's outside long enough for the implant to get cold and then she goes back inside, her body gets warm around it and it feels like she has a cold sack of jello like against her ribs for like 10 minutes. Cause she can feel under the implant, like her pec muscle and her, it's so weird. So I don't know. I wonder if that's the same for everybody though. I really don't know. They passed the book ban today. That's so fucking sad. I'm so sorry, Glut. Anybody in fucking Florida, that's just terrible. Body, right? It's so weird. Dude, get this. This was my favorite. So if you go through, having breast cancer or something like that, and that's why you're getting an implant, because they remove, sorry, there's a stem in my weed. Because they remove all of the breast tissue, it's not like, a sack of skin just sitting on your chest that they can just stick an implant in. It's literally, you are flat. You are down to the ribs, down to the fucking nothing. So what they have to do is they have to actually put something under the skin called an expander to make room for the implant. I'm sure you guys have all seen like the first implants that were being done in porn stars and shit back in the 80s and 70s, and it literally looked like two bulbous rocks popping off their chest. And it's because we didn't understand the mechanics of like sticking double D implants into someone who has literally no boobs. Like you have to make room for the implant, otherwise you're gonna get like that. And so they have to put an expander in. And so basically what that is it's a balloon that's empty at first. And then as often as you want, as far as my mom was under the understanding, as far as I'm under the understanding, you can go into your doctor and there's a port on the outside of your body, literally on your boob, where they inject this like some sort of substance into the expander. And it's basically as much as you can handle until you feel like pressure and pain. And then you go away for a week or as long as you want and you go back and you keep getting expanded until your doctor's like, all right, I think there's enough room to put an implant in and not like cause problems. But it's so weird. The expander, whatever they put in it, I don't remember what the product, whatever they're putting in it. Bitch. Ep amazing. Thank you so much for some of the class, keeping the classy alive and giving it any swings. And thank you for supporting this community. I love you so much and appreciate you. I like my hair too. Thank you. So anyways, whatever they put in it, I don't remember what the substance is, but it's rock hard. Rock hard. So the expander literally gives you the look of having that like rock hard tit poking off your chest. And my mom she's not like my sister and I in like being very like blunt and boisterous vocally, but she's a funny woman. She doesn't realize how funny she is. She thinks she has no humor. She thinks she's not a funny person. But when she had this expander, it was a rock. Do you remember in Mean Girls when they're like, make sure to check out her mom's new boob job? They're hard as rocks. Literally, it felt like my mom had cement in her chest. And she would go around to people and people would, everyone she worked with, she worked at the hospital that she was literally getting all these surgeries done at. So everyone she worked with she was keeping them updated. They were highly aware, blah, blah, blah. And if anybody asked, like, how are you doing? How's it going? She'd be like, you want to touch it? And just like put her boob out. And they'd be like, she'd be like, go on, touch it. It's hard as a fucking rock. And she'd just, to anybody, she's like a 65-year-old woman. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Or if it was someone she didn't know well, she'd go in for a hug them real tight with that rock hard tit. Shit fucking made me die. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But I don't know if they feel the tattoo or not. I guess that was a really long story for that. I don't know. Interesting. Child safe, stoner safe. It's a huge problem. I mean, do you guys remember this was like years ago? Reese got some sort of weed that came in like some little cute puzzle box. She literally had to use a hammer to get it open. Couldn't figure it out. There was no latch. It was so child safe. She couldn't figure out how to get into it. Kept it for a week. Ended up breaking it open with a fucking hammer. Yeah. Yes. It's not. It's and I'm not. I mean, and the thing is, like, this is it. So I'll show you what it's a weird like. So what they do is it's probably too bright. Basically, it's not like you can't just do this and open it. You have to get your finger under a special little panel in there to open the Ziploc. What child doesn't know how to use fucking scissors, though? Like, what kid is gonna sit here like, I know, they're fucking gonna go get scissors and chop this shit open if they want to get into it. The fuck? Child saved my dick. Anyways, cheers. I owe it. Cocky, she's a crack. She's a fucking crack up. But she's like, the reason she's never been on my stream is she'll say that. She's like, I feel I'm not comfortable because I'm not a funny person. Like, I'm not funny like you guys. That's what she says to me all the time. That's her excuse. I'm not funny like you guys. I'm like, I don't go on stream because I think I'm funny. I go on stream to hang out with people because they're funny and I laugh and we laugh together. It's a funny community. She just, I've told you, remember Cocky? Do you remember the story I told you when she like fingered the sea anemone at the fucking aquarium? That is one of the funniest moments in my entire life. And she, to this day, does not understand why it's so funny. I don't know, dude. She doesn't understand how fucking... She's like slapstick on accident. You know what I'm saying? School scissors were the worst. Zoe, my love, how are you? You know, Greg, I was only, like, we were only forced to use safety scissors up until, like, literally second grade. And I remember, I think it was 4th grade, I was holding a piece of tape, like a wide piece of tape, and this other kid was cutting down the middle of it, and I still have a scar, I see it every once in a while in one of my fingers, it's a perfect triangle where this kid just snipped straight down the like, he just cut the pad of my finger off, but it was still connected, obviously, 'cause there's a scar on one of these fingers. We should have still had safety scissors, I think. Maybe. It hurt. I had to go to the fucking nurse because it wouldn't stop bleeding, it was terrible. They never got caught to the cutting. They never get to the cutting because they were running with the scissors and they put an eye out. Real talk, though. Strange that Tennessee has only now legalized medical pot. They've been acting like it was so progressive here in Tennessee. I mean, didn't Tennessee also try to pass a law eliminating the legal age of consent recently? Not that those two things are related, but I wouldn't apply logic to governmental bodies like that anymore. None of it makes sense. It's just gonna make us all feel really crazy if we try to make sense of any of it. I gave my toddler scissors, real ones. No one cut themselves. Maybe it's just me. I was caught with actual scissors. My mom always I mean, same. Were you one of those kids where you went to school? Oh my god, Greg. So I remember this very clearly. I remember going to school in like I think they did this all the way through middle school, but at least here where I grew up, what they would do is they would section off parts of the library for certain grades. So if you were in grade 5 and 6, you could rent books out of all the library. If you were grades 3 and 4, you could only rent books out of this portion because they deemed the other ones too hard for you and you'd never get through them or something like that. And I was just like, my mom's had me reading, like, novels since I was 3 years old, like, what the fuck is this? Or the safety scissors shit, like, my mom never we weren't treated like we were dumb as kids. My mom and dad were kinda like, "Let's treat them how to use fucking scissors, let's not give them the tricycle scissors, so then when they get to real scissors, they cut their fingers off." You know what I mean? Like, there's no point. And so when I would go to school and they had all these safety measures, I'd just be like, "I hate this." I was very pouty. And I actually tested out of reading. I don't know, do they still do that, Cocky? Or anyone that's a teacher? When I was in school, you could test out of classes, and it wasn't like you asked for it. It was just like every couple of years they would do these like not standardized tests. It was basically just like little tests to see where you were at. You know, if you were learning, if you needed to be held back, stuff like that when you were young. And by the time I was in 6th grade, I tested out of all reading classes. And I'm not shitting you. This is the fucking killer. So 3rd and 4th grade, I wouldn't ever get books from the school library because they wouldn't let me go to the parts of the library I wanted to go to. I literally was given like children's books with, pictures in them. That was all I was allowed to read. And I was like, fuck this. I have a better library at home. By the time I got into 6th grade, when I could finally get to that portion of the library, I tested out of reading and they didn't let me go anymore. Every day when it was reading, when everybody got to go to the library, I had to walk to the elementary school and tutor elementary school kids. I was punished for being smart. Why? Pissed. Most of the time I skipped and I just walked to the library in town. Mostly safety scissors. Only one shirt. Nice. Only one shirt snip. That's pretty good. I don't think they'll be teaching science anymore. Ooh, a fire song? Hold on, let me grab it. I'm glad turning this way doesn't hurt today. Only that way. Hush. Bitch. Excuse me. Hello, Donna, how are you, love? Mom didn't let me skip classes even at English school, said I was too immature. Really? Dude, my mom was all like, my sister and I were those two kids. I'm not saying we're geniuses, but we definitely were bored in school because my mom was very like proactive at home, I think. She had us reading before either of us were in school, but we liked reading. I've always loved reading. I don't know. I don't think that makes me smarter than anybody else, but we were just a little bit ahead of most kids and we'd be bored in school all the time. Like I would just come. I remember one time, I think I was literally in like 2nd grade. I raised my hand and asked the teacher if I could do my schoolwork at home. because my friends are here. Like, why the fuck would I want to do work when I'm here at school where all my friends are? And she just looked at me and she's like, that makes sense, but no. Okay. Reading classes down here were for comprehension. And once you reached a certain level, you no longer had reading classes, just English. That's how mine was. Yeah, that's exactly. We just got, you didn't, it's not like your parents had to sign off on it. You just didn't have those classes anymore. But I didn't get to go into English until I was in high school. So while I tested out in middle school, they were just like, guess we'll just have you go TA kids at the elementary school walk. Thanks. Oh my God, maybe they'll be a stylist. Oh, a fashion designer. I think my sister should have skipped grades. She was way too smart. She's too smart, dumber. She's uncouth, coutha. That's what it feels like. Like, oh, you do really well. We're going to take away this thing you enjoy doing and make you go do something else. Trouble, right? That was us. I mean, my mom just was always a big advocate for reading. We didn't have TV, but I don't think that was really it. I still to this day crave reading. Like, if I don't have a book to read, I start to get really itchy. I have to have a couple books going at once. Otherwise, I don't know what to think about. I don't know. I'm always reading a couple things at a time. I just enjoy it. It's like there's nothing in the world that is able to like. This is a good song. I like this. I'm trying to think of the term for it. Like, there's no other activity that fully takes up everything in my brain. You know, like when I read, my brain doesn't drift off and try to do other things. But if I'm watching a movie or doing literally anything, my brain is always searching for another stimulation. So usually I'm like playing a video game and watching a movie at the same time and doing my nails at the same time. Like it's insane. I can do so many things. I'm a multitask queen. But when I read, if I get into a good book, that's all I need, and it's kind of relaxing. It's kind of like the only way I can truly relax is if I have a good book that I'm just reading and I'm in. It's the only time I can like sit still and my brain's not reaching for other shit, you know? When you're young, hello to all. Yep. So when you're like in elementary school, you have reading classes. And it's basically like grammar. You know, it's like learning grammar, basic grammar, sentence structure, stuff like that. And then, like Let's said, at a certain point, depending on what state you're in or where you're going to school, because it's not standardized across the US at all, depending on what grade, then you have English classes. And that's where you start reading like Shakespeare and tearing apart, you know, big books and stuff like that. Slept great, got a nap in and having coffee and chocolate fudge. Yum! That sounds like an amazing morning. Fuck yes. Did you have a morning nap, like a mid-morning nap? Dude, those are the best. Viata, good morning, love. How are you? I was bored in school a lot, so I just read sci-fi and fantasy books. Me too. I was that kid. I always had a book. Like my mom would have to say no reading at the dinner table because my sisters and I would always have books. Like I love a good book, man. Bessie and I are going wine tasting. Ooh, fun with another girlfriend. I'm sleeping over because I have my vampire game out there tomorrow. It's in West Virginia where she lives, but she works near me. I hope it's beautiful. I hope you get like beautiful spring weather. West Virginia is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. The nature there, goddamn, the forests are so thick and luscious. When you read, you're in the moment and fully engaged. I have similar issues, and it's the reason that I go see movies in the theaters. Yes. Oh my God. You know, recently, we we have a, if you guys know what is it called? Alamo Draft House. It's like a really nice movie theater where you get to pick your seats beforehand, and your seats are these enormous recliners where you're like at least 2 feet away from literally anybody else. It's amazing. It's basically like going and seeing a movie by yourself. And they every once in a while they do like weekends where they'll have classic movies, and they do like a really special event for it. They'll have a whole dinner menu because they feed you food. It's like a restaurant and stuff. It's crazy. It's a weird experience, but it's really nice. I like not having to touch strangers while I see a movie. And we went and saw The Godfather. They played The Godfather and had like a special dinner menu for The Godfather and all this stuff. But I've never paid such close attention to that movie. And I love that movie. That is one of my favorite movies in the whole world. Like I've seen that movie a bajillion times. It's up there with like Gladiator and Fight Club for me. But I've never like there was something about the atmosphere being in the dark, everyone's quiet. Like that's another thing about the Alamo Draft House. If anyone uses their phone, they like an employee literally comes out and escorts you out of the theater. You cannot fuck the movie up. If a kid cries, you're escorted out of the theater. I don't even think kids are allowed. Like they very much the Alamo Draft House is all about the experience of the movie. Like they cater to the experience of the movie, not the person. So don't go and be a bitch. You will be asked to leave and no refund. But if you go for the movie experience and you're like a respectful person, it's amazing. It's so nice. And literally, I've just never I saw so many new things and just like nuances and stuff in The Godfather. I agree. There's something about it. Me too, Greg. I agree. Like I feel bad for the parent whose baby is crying. That's obviously not the parent's fault. However, why the fuck are you bringing a baby to The Godfather? You know, lots of questions there. Lots of them. Like, my sympathy only goes so far. If babies on airplanes, so much sympathy. I get it. Like, there's no way to help them. They probably have sinus things. Like, I'm never gonna stink eye someone with a crying baby on an airplane. But in a fucking theater, bitch, I don't know, dude. Your choices were bad here. Oh man, Donna, the drive's gonna be so pretty. Oh my god, yes, Bianca, don't you love that when you get your hair cut and you go with the shampoo and you're like, "Oh," I do that with conditioner. To this day, I still think I have hair to my ass, and I'll, like, squirt a cup of conditioner in my hand, and I'm like, "Oh, no. It's not that anymore." Yep, no phones. I love it, honestly, like, I'm sad if I ever have to go to another theater. The Alamo Drafthouse is just so nice. They really, really cater to the movie experience, and I love that. I'd honestly, Murphy, that's my dream, to have, like, a home theater with, like, just the same dark atmosphere and stuff. God, that'd be nice. Me too. I love seeing movies. If you have an Alamo Drafthouse, it is a chain in the US. If you have one anywhere near you, I highly suggest trying it out. It is so nice. You have reclining, literally you have your own recliner, and there's like at least a good foot and a half between you and whoever the fuck is to your right and your left. So you're basically alone. Like, it is so nice. It's really nice. But you're not so far away that you can't like lean over and talk to someone that you're with or something like that. If you need to, but don't, you'll get kicked out. Like, they really cater to it, and it's not too expensive. That's the thing that blows me away. You'd think something like that would be just astronomically pricey, but we all, Rod, Neighbor Lady, me, and Zach, and Vissy, we all went and saw Megan for what, $11 a piece at the Alamo Drafthouse, the same place I'm telling y'all about right now, because I think they make money off the food and stuff, probably. Like, that's probably where they make the bank off. But it was only $13 a ticket. That's like when I was in high school. A little bit more expensive, but you know what I mean. You'd feel like it would be really expensive just because of how nice it is. Every time I cut my hair, I take a week to dose the shampoo and conditioner. I go through, it's so bad. I waste so much conditioner that way. Have you ever done the thing where you like squeeze the bottle and try to suck it back into the bottle out of your hand? 'Cause I have. What? Ma'am, this is a PG stream. Okay, let's take a break. We obviously need to go outside, yeah? Do we need to go outside and go potty, my void boy? My boy. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. Oh, thank you. You just want to eat my chapstick. He's such a handsome man. You're such a handsome man, Bubba. Look at those beautiful brown eyes. You're a very handsome boy. He's so funny. Do you want to go outside? Oh, yeah, we do. He's such a fucking sweet boy. Let's take a break. Yeah. Oh, we're crazy. We're crazy. All right. Every couple of hours, we take a break. I stretch my neck, take my dogs out into the freezing cold, and hope to not die. Ow! I'll be back in a few minutes. Enjoy some music and swirly swirlies. Okay, and some of it, I feel like they just take a good song and ruin it. Maybe it's just me. Brr! Happy Fated Friday, Myron. How are you, love? Burr, 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 burr. Oh my god, Donna. So, on the topic of pills, I always tell Zach that if I die and I'm a ghost and I haunt him, my ghost sound will just be the shaking of a pill bottle. That'll be it. You'll just hear like, that's me coming to kill you. Good morning, Noble Crow. How are you? Or haunt you or something. I don't know. I don't know what my ghost intentions will be, really. Before I started that method, I did it at the table on the couch. Upon moving to the couch a long time later, like weeks or months, I found pills underneath, including my morphine. Oh my god, I'm glad you found it. Fuck. You don't want an animal or child to get a hold of that shit. My god. No, thank you. I need a burp. Fuck. I just wish I could not, like, lose all my body heat in, what, like 4 minutes? It takes nothing. It takes nothing. And suddenly I'm just like, holy shit, burr. Dude, that's such a good movie, Rod. I haven't seen that movie in years. That's a good one, though. That was like does anybody remember that movie, What Lies Beneath, with Michelle Pfeiffer? and Harrison Ford. That was a good one. I remember that one. It was one of, like, I think Michelle Pfeiffer hadn't really done, like, a horror really at that point that I remember. She did a good job. That's a creepy movie, but it's really good if you haven't seen it. It's God, it's that where did that come from? Why are you thinking about wife killing, Rod? Wanna talk about it? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not saying he's gonna kill me. Just, like, if I go first, I'll probably be lonely. I don't know. Remember, Rod thinks Terminator's a slasher movie. That's what happens when Rod thinks.
Calm the bitch down.
I'm happy I didn't have a pet nor a child over, but when I get a cat, we're fixing up the house so I can finally get a cat. Oh, I'm excited for you. My picnic technic is a closed room will be essential. I'm so excited for you. A kitty companion will be so exciting. A little kitty cat. That'll be so exciting. I wish I could have a cat, but I'm pretty sure my dogs would try to kill it. Someday. Zach said I can get a naked cat someday. Hey peeps, happy Faded Friday, Mail McNasty. How you doing, my love?
Did you take your joy today? Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
Take your joy, bitches. How are you all? Burr. Come on, Heater, kick in. Fucking Burr. Like, too much? Don't take too much joy. Take the prescribed amount, obviously. Good morning, Genova. How are you, love? Cats do get everywhere. They are. But I mean, if you have someone helping you cat safe your house and you guys, like, do the work, I'm sure you know the fuck you're doing. But they do. I mean, cats are. They choose to be domestic, right? Like, that's the idea behind a cat. Cats are pretty crazy that way. Well, my dogs have encountered a cat a few times, and they try to kill it. Our neighbors have cats, and we, like 2 years ago, there was a cat living under my shed outside, and our neighbor has a cat that was an indoor cat, and they're trying to get it to be an indoor-outdoor cat, and my dogs literally cornered it, and I had to pick it up and, like, carry it to the neighbor's house. It was so, like a cat. Like, the cat was like, my 2 dogs are big. I just don't wanna risk it, you know? It doesn't seem fair to bring a cat into my house. It's gonna be traumatized by my stupid hunting dogs. They're hunting. It's anything that runs from them, really. Like, I'm sure if I got a kitten that, like, grew up with them, you know, cats are smart, it would learn not to run, but anything that runs from them, they're hunting dogs. Poodles are bred to be hunting dogs. My dogs, like, they're borderline pointers. It's crazy. I don't train them to be hunting dogs because neither Zach or I hunt, but if I take them out in the woods and they see something, it is wild how you guys see how goofy they are. Like, how they're just like, "Rah, rah," like Muppets. They go into, like, this mode where their tail goes straight and their head goes straight and their eyes, it's wild. So they flip into a different personality. It's crazy. They really change hardcore when they see something that they're gonna go after. Yeah, I think it's like instinctual. But I grew up with dogs and cats that always got along too. Like, I think it's just these guys. They're hunters and they didn't grow up with a small animal around. Cats are liquid. This is true. Can't they get anywhere that they can fit their skull? Also got weed? Fuck yes. My Roddy used to kill cats, and it's like, it's just instinct, like, I get it. They're a predator animal, and that's a tiny animal that runs from them, but, like, I'm not gonna be the cause of that by putting a cat in their path, you know? Current one's a doll, though. Most dogs are. I think if they grow up around cats, they're fine. Exactly, Murphy, that's what I'm saying, like, I'd have to get a kitten, and then I mean, a kitten it'd grow up with them, you know? I'm sure it'd be fine. It would just, you know, it'd be work. Lilith loves oh my god, not Lilith. I thought that was the Lilith emote. I'm such an idiot. Zelda loves biting the back of your legs. You know, Trick will herd me sometimes. He'll nip my ass cheeks. Very little. It's like just the front of his teeth. And if I'm not like moving quickly enough through the house to get to the door to let them out in the yard or something, he'll herd me by either like headbutting my ass, like goosing me, or like these little like yeah. They're smart. They're too smart. You can't let them get away with it. Oh, my cat's sitting on my foot while I get ready. The dogs do that to me. That's precious. I grew up with a cat. I had one for 19 years. Oh, I love that. I was 25 years old when he passed overnight in bed beside me. That's such a good, long relationship with a kitty cat, though. Crazy long. The bum biter, he totally is. He gooses me all the time, too. Just nose straight up the ass. He tries to walk between my legs. That's what he tries to do. But, like, thighs. So he usually gets his head just, like, stuck and stops and pushes me. He's like, "Go." It's fucking they do it to Zach, too. It's a very civilized butt bite. It's like, "Hurry up, mom." My sister's dog does it too. She has or her dog's Sirius. He's like a mutt. He does it too. It's weird. What? A news of a family dog that went and mauled a woman's face? Sad. I mean, the dog's probably gonna get put down. That's really sad. Yeah, I always wonder because 'cause I've never met a dog that was, like, naturally aggressive. Like, it's always something that comes from their environment or something. You gotta wonder, like, what was going on that made that puppo angry like that? Or feel, like, that scared. You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird thing to think. I've read a lot of books about, like, dog intelligence and shit like that. Just when I was getting puppies, like, I wanted to be ready because 'cause I've never had a breed this intelligent, like, smart, and, uh, sorry. Um, Dogs don't have, like, the ability to feel anger or, like, what we define as aggression. Like, when we are aggressive, that's not what dogs are actually chemically doing in their brain when they act what we perceive as aggressive. They're scared. So domestic dogs, when a domestic dog attacks a person or does something, aggressive, it's fear-based. It all comes out of a fear or something. And it's very sad. Like, you gotta wonder, like, what going on in that house that made the dog. I mean, it could have been a perfect family dog, but something in its core made it afraid. Enough to do something like that, you know? Dude, Donna, I had a cat like that when I was a kid. Literally would swim in the lake with us. It was so weird. I wonder if that's why Zelda's obsessed with butts. It's possible. Our dogs do it all the time. It's hurting you to get you to move faster, go where they want you to go. I did meet overly aggressive dogs, but they were those old-fashioned guard dogs people traumatized to be violent. Exactly. That's disgusting. I'm sorry, but people who choose to traumatize a dog into being violent deserve redacted. Like stubbed toes for the rest of their life and sleeping in a pool of sharpened Legos. I am so fucking oh, why did it have to be a pity? And that's of course, it's just gonna perpetuate the fucking stereotype of pit bulls. I hate that. I hate when that happens. And it's crazy because, like, if you actually look at the statistics of dog attacks versus people, the dogs that are most likely to attack you, meaning they have the most violent, vicious, and volatile attacks are Shar-Peis. Oh god, what's that other one? The one with the purple tongue. I think Shar-Peis have purple tongue too. Chow Chows and Dalmatians. Those are the 3 dogs to cause the most harm to you. Small dogs are obviously, like, neurotic and fucked, but they don't have a big enough mouth to actually cause, like, terminal harm to a human. Those are the 3 dogs most likely to attack you. And yet, the world's, like, against pit bulls and Rottweilers and whatever dog they wanna fucking villainize at the time. And, of course, something like that is going to perpetuate a stupid stereotype, and I hate it. That pisses me off. Hundreds. God damn, that poor woman. That's still sad, though. Yep, they're scared. It's gotta be fear, right? And it's just I feel bad for both parties. I'm not saying there's I have no who knows where fault is. Like, I'm in no way implying fault, but I feel bad for both parties. I feel bad for the person and I feel bad for the dog because I've never not had a dog literally in my entire life. I've been around dogs my whole life. You can't generalize personal experience, but like dogs aren't born violent. Puppies aren't violent. It's like kids, you know? You got to they have to be like taught that. And it's sad. I've never had a violent dog in my fucking life. I've had all the breeds. Pasty Bagel! Bitch, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving any swings for 29 months in a row. I fucking appreciate you. Thank you. Those are the most dangerous that can harm people. They're the most likely to turn on their owner. I don't know why with Chow Chows and Shar-Peis, but I know with Dalmatians, it's because they're so fucking inbred, they're crazy. In order to get, like, a perfect looking Dalmatian with the perfect spots and whatever, they, years ago when Dalmatian, the breed was invented or whatever, they had to basically breed sisters to brothers, moms to sons, that kind of shit to get, like, the Dalmatian, and it made them fucking crazy. So Dalmatians are actually, I think, the most likely to just crack one day. Like, literally, you could have a Dalmatian for 5 years, and it could be the cuddliest teddy bear ever, and then one day it will rip your face off because it went crazy. Like, that gene, the whatever kicks in. I don't know what it is with Chow Chows and Shar-Peis, though, but they will. I mean, there's been countless Shar-Pei attacks where it's like a family dog that just turns on the kid for no reason. I don't know why, though. I love you, Donna. Be safe. Find your shit. Had a poodle that chomped her face. Yeah, any dog can be aggressive. I firmly believe any dog can be a dick if the owners are dicks. And any dog can be wonderful. I've been around fucking pit bulls and Rottweilers and Doberman Pinschers my whole life, and none of them were aggressive. Ever. I've never had a mean dog. I was gonna say, like, I literally, we've just never had an aggressive dog. I think if you know how to raise a dog to be a nice animal, it's not gonna be aggressive. It doesn't matter what the breed is. Yeah, I know, right, Mayo? It's fucking sad. I used to be obsessed with Dalmatians when I was a kid. 101 Dalmatians was the first movie I ever saw in a theater. I was obsessed with that. I mean, I've always loved dogs, but that was one of my favorite movies. And it's heartbreaking a little bit, but that's how most purebreds are. It's like the more fancy a purebred is, the more purebred basically means inbred. Sadly. But that's how you get these like perfect looking, different looking dogs. Only time one of my dogs has been violent is when it was protecting my wife and I from a sketchy looking dude that approached us. Something like that guy told the dog to go into family protection mode. I always trust your dog. Millie was like my little red light dog. I swear to God, Millie loved everybody, but I think one person ever, I can't even remember who it was, she did not like them. She wouldn't go near them. Wouldn't. She would stand in a corner of a room and just huff at them. And I was like, I don't ever want this person in my house again. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know. I don't even remember who it was. I think it was a friend of an ex or something. And I was like, they're never coming over again. Millie didn't sense their soul. We're not doing that. We had a German Shepherd growing up named Sheba. She was a sweetheart. She was a dumb sweetheart. My current Roddy's the least aggressive dog of the dogs I've ever seen. He's an idiot. I love that though. Our Roddies, I never had an aggressive Roddy. We had Roddies. We had Rainy and Rex, and they were both sweethearts. Neither of them were aggressive. They were big, fat. They acted like a lab. They acted exactly like my labs. We always had labs. We had like a golden lab and a chocolate lab and a black lab growing up because my dad hunted and labs are hunting dogs. So we always had labs. That's what I would equate them to. The dopiness. I think what scares people, I think, Greg, we've talked about this before because we're both Roddy people. I think what scares people with Roddies is the fact that Roddies talk. Roddies talk just like my poodles talk, just like, what are they called? Huskies talk. But the caveat is when a Roddy talks, it's and it sounds like a dark demon under your stairs that's coming to eat your soul. And people go, oh, that's fucking terrifying. Our Roddies were indoor outdoors, so I don't remember if they were outdoors and we lived in Washington where it was raining all the time, so they were like always clean. I don't remember if they stunk or not. Most dogs have a fucking stink though. It's the Roddy Rumble, thank you. Our girl Rainy, she would hide, she wouldn't hide, she would like chill under my Uncle Bob's deck, and then people would come over for like Christmas or something, a party, and every single person that walked up the stairs, she'd be under the stairs going, and they'd be like, is Satan under the deck? And that was her excited talk. She was excited people were there. But it sounds bad. Like, it can be scary. How are you, sexy love? It's how you get Gizmo, the perfect king of the world. Dogs will feel scared, but things they're not used to. But yeah, if both you and the dog agree a dude is sketchy, you might be as absolutely. I mean, if I get a bad gut feeling from someone and my normally very friendly dog gets a bad gut feeling from someone, I'm out. That's the only reason I let Scott back in my house is my dogs like him. He hates them, but my dogs love Scott. They want to go home with him. And it's like the more he rejects them, the more they love him. Oh, Newfies are wonderful. You know, we lived on like a mini farm growing up. So our dogs were indoor, outdoor dogs. You know, they'd come in if the weather was horrific, but most of the times our dogs lived outside because my dad like built them a heated barn. No shit. It was crazy. And we had a dog that was, I think she was half Bernese mountain dog and half Newfie, but I don't remember them. I mean, all dogs fucking stink. They smell like a dog. I don't know. I don't remember them smelling absurdly bad. Millie never stunk, and most people will say like pugs and any animal that has like a wrinkly face will stink. Millie never had a stink. She never stunk at the end. She smelled, I still miss her smell of her ears, to be honest. The world has me on anti-anxiety meds again, so that's fun. Oh, I hope they kick in fast. They seriously, especially Trick. Trick loves Scott. Oh my god. Ignore the porch demon. We fed it recently. Don't worry about the children missing. Cheers. Birdies are wonderful dogs. The only thing I would say that was like not wonderful was her coat. Was the most high maintenance coat I've ever had to maintain. Like in the winter, you know, hairy dogs like that, their hair gets thicker and more full because it's wintertime. If they're outdoor dogs, I'm assuming this probably happens with all of them, but I don't know. And then in the spring, they have to shed all of it. But because they have, I think it's similar to a husky. It's like two different types of fur because they're like cold weather dogs. So they've got this really dense fur really close to their skin, and then they've got the more floofy fur. You have to go through with like 10 different brushes, and literally the layer that they grew over winter comes off like a blanket off of them. But if you don't get it right away, it mats into the new fur, and literally your dog you have to take them in. I mean, it's the amount, I don't even know how to explain it. The amount of fur that comes off those dogs. And it's just like it's constant. Every season is a new type of grooming season, and you have to do it. You have to brush all that fucking hair out of their fur because it just starts to mat, and then it turns into like a blanket, and you have to go to a groomer and get it cut out. It's horrible. She looked like a bear. In the wintertime, she would come running down the driveway when you were like driving into the houses. We had a huge driveway that went through the middle of a field. She looked like a black bear running through the woods. It was crazy. But man, the grooming was just like, and you had to do it. Like the hair would clog her ears. You constantly had to pull hair out of her ears and stuff like that. It was just a lot of hair. But I don't know if that's because has anybody had a Newfie? Do Newfies have that problem? I don't know if that was because she was part Newfie or if that was the Bernese part. I think they're both really long-haired, like cold weather mountain dogs, to be honest. Oh, absolutely. I ain't saying they aren't worth. Every dog's worth it. I mean, my dogs, I literally have to take them in to get groomed. There's no way for me to do it myself. I get it. They're worth it. She was such a sweet dog. Her name was Mandy, and she was one of those dogs that was just like, her tail was wagging 24/7, and if you looked at her, she was like all the time. Just a smile and panting. She was the happiest, nicest, sweetest dog, but she was cool because she didn't need like your attention constantly. I loved that. She just wanted to bum around with you all the time. She would like hang out with my dad by the shop and walk around the yard with my mom when she was gardening and stuff, but she didn't need to be constantly pet or paid attention to. She just wanted to be with you. She was a really cool dog. A friend of my mom's had dogs that were half wolf, half German Shepherd, and they were cool, but as a 10-year-old kid, very intimidating. You know, it's actually illegal to own a dog that's like, it's like over 4% wolf or something because they're so likely to kill you because they're wild. I don't know about back in the day, but now I know it's illegal. Because I know there was this big thing when you know how they have like ancestry.com for people, they have like dog gene shit you can do for your dog now. So if you have a mutt and you're curious, you can swab their mouth, send it in, and they'll give you like a rough estimate of what breeds they think your dog is made of. And a lot of people that thought they had wolves dogs were doing that and finding out their dogs were either 0% wolf or like way less wolf than they thought than what they paid for. And the government stepped in and was like, well, we understand that you think you didn't get what you paid for, but also if you did get what you paid for, you'd probably be dead now. So we're going to put in this law that says maybe you shouldn't own wolves. What? That being said, I definitely had a half bobcat cat as a kid, and that was a really cool cat. Its name was Satan. Of course it was, because I was a little goth bitch. But yeah, it was a really cool cat. It would swim. It was the cat I was talking about earlier. It would swim in the lake with us. It would come when you called. And then Satan had a litter of kittens, and we kept one of them, and her name I named Gypsy. I know that's a very problematic word these days. I didn't know. But her name was Gypsy, and she was the same. Would swim, Come When You Called, would play fetch. Weird cats. Really weird cats. Oh, no shit. Just learned about CPT-SD the other day. Got to use all the tools necessary. 100%. I mean, why not? If you've got tools to, like, feel not like a sack of shit, why the fuck not? Hold on, I gotta open up Discord. I didn't open it. My browser hasn't crashed today, though, so that's nice. Oh my god. These are such good pictures. My god, what the fuck? What kind of phone do you have? These are really good pictures. Hold on, I'm pulling these over. Your dog is beautiful. I just don't know what dogs though. Dogs melt my heart and I love them more than anything in the whole world. And your dog, I mean, I just like, how do you not want to kiss that face over and over and over again? Do you just like want to, I have such a hard time. Oh, your temporary children are beautiful. Look at this. I love your puppy so I want to snuggle so bad. Oh my god. What are their names? So this is Riker? Riker Striker? Which one was it? This is Riker. Who's this sweet bundle of love? Who's this heart love I love so much? Look at that face. He's 4 months old. Oh my god. What kind of dog is he? He's going to be huge. That's a 4-month-old dog? What? Oh, pixels are incredible. Yep, that makes sense. That's gonna be a beast. This is Yam. Shut up. This precious, perfect beast's name is Yam. I'm in love. Yam. Shut the fuck up. I'm Yam and Riker. Shut up. Look. I can't face. Oh my god, does Yam have a Trek collar? Oh my, or is that a little guitar? Either way, that's awesome. I know, these faces though, I'm dying. This should be like a postcard. Welcome home, mother. Oh. Oh. Cute. German Shepherd and Husky. That's going to be, so that's only 4 months old. That's going to be a big dog. Oh, I'm very excited. Look at the size of that dog's head. For real. I just picture this one of those dogs that people like lay next to and you think it's photoshopped because the dog is like twice the size of the human. Be me the treat, Scotty. They look wonderful. They look like lovable. Yam. Stop it. That's such a perfect name. Their dad's a big Trekkie. I love that so much. I don't know if you probably not because it's hard to see them, but my dogs have Baltimore colors as their collars. Lilith's is Raven's purple and Trix is Oriole's orange, and then their leashes are opposite of each other's, so they're purple and orange. Zach doesn't know. But they look so good, so I don't care. I love those. They're so fucking precious. I love them. I love them. Oh my god. Zelda's getting, I'm almost like every time you send me a picture of her, there's a part of me that doesn't want to click on it because I'm sad she's already gotten so big. It's so weird. Oh my god. Wait, do you have a picture of her laying down when you first got her to compare? I just want to put them side by side. I'm just appalled. I'm appalled. I'm so happy you got her as an itty bitty puppy because now you know what I mean when I say that butterball stage is gone in a month. And that butterball stage is so fucking precious. It's so like, it's important. I don't know, man. If I could go back to that butterball stage just for a day. Baltimore, not Voldemort colors. What would that even be? Like death gray? No worries, Rod. No worries. I just like, it's good to compare because honestly, she's huge. I'm looking at the new one and I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken right now. I'm seriously like, she's gotten too big and I'm really sad. Yeah, like greenish pale skin and black. I don't know. Hey, we just cheers. I'll cheers again. B, I've been cheersing. Shh. Put your makeup on. But I'll cheers more. I love you. Cheers. Shut the fuck up. That cat is stunning. What the fuck? Why are cats like literally gods? What is prettier than a cat's face up close? I can't think of anything. That's nature did that. Yeah. Wow. What a beautiful pity pat. Oh my god, what an elegant bitch. I can't. I mean, I'm sorry about the licky face. Your cat is gorgeous. That's stunning. My cats are just gorgeous though. I can't get over it. I mean, they're just what the fuck? They literally look almost like I don't know. They almost look like they don't look like a people, but they almost look like a people, if that makes sense. Oh, that's thank you, Rod. Okay, hold on. Hold up. We got to do these side by side. Rod, I hate it. Oh my god, I hate it. Oh no. No, they're the closest animal to babies structurally. Cats are. Cats were worshipped as gods in ancient times, and they have forgotten it, is my favorite Terry Pratchett quote. And they haven't forgotten it, 100% yes. Yes. And there's a reason. I mean, you look at them, they look like it. In my opinion, cats are so much like people, much more than dogs, 100% yes. Dogs don't have as much, I think, like, I'm not saying dogs and cats, like, I'm not in terms of, like, intelligence, but in order to have qualities that I deem as, like, human-like, the animal has to be more independent, and cats just have, like, that flawless independence to them. They very clearly do not need us. And that is what, I mean, they just have that air about them that makes them come off very people-y. You know what I mean? Okay, look at this. So, just a little backstory if you didn't know. You guys know I have 2 big ol' poods. Um, Rod was interested in getting a puppy, and he asked me for our breeder's information, and so Rod, this Christmas, him and the nice neighbor lady got a baby poodle that is either the younger sibling or cousin or something of ours. They're definitely blood related because Zelda looks so much like Lilith. It's fucking psychotic. Their faces are almost identical. Their eyes, the shape, the color, everything. It's very, very weird. But this is oh my god, the picture of her on the gizmo, literally, I just cannot. So this is I almost say Lilith every time. This is Zelda. The first month that they got her when she was 8 weeks old versus now. This is how fast a poodle grows. They got her December, what was it? December like 15th, right? She's grown so much. Oh my god. So this was December 15th, my dudes. That's insane. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like this stage is so short-lived. It's precious. It's so important. This is your baby stage and then suddenly you have a teenager and you're like, "What?" And dude, Lilith sleeps like this. Rod, do you remember yesterday in stream when Lilith was in my lap? She was literally in this exact same position on my lap. I swear to God, they have to be related. She's almost 30 pounds. Shut up. Do you remember how much she weighed here? Do you know? I'm just curious because I have no idea. Man, dude. I have to send those to Zach. That's insane. I'm heartbroken, but also very excited to come play with her. Wild, dude. She was around 10 pounds. She's tripled in under 2 months. That's insane. She's still so fucking gorgeous, though. I'm so excited. She's beautiful. She still has her puppy fur. That's the there will be a moment when suddenly you realize it's not puppy fur anymore and your heart breaks. It's not so soft. It's not so buttery. It's like it's weird. It just like happens overnight. Suddenly there's no more puppy fur and you're like, "What happened to my puppy?" The emotional part of cats' brain is very similar to humans. They're one of the few animals we know experience things on the same level of emotional depth as humans. You know, Little Black Dress, that reminds me, I did read a study way back when I was in school when I was doing a psychology paper. And it was, I think I was just talking about this the other day on stream, actually, very briefly. I don't remember all the specifics of it, but it was talking about mammals that can conceptualize of the passing of time like we can. Like we know time is passing because we have clocks, we feel time passing. Most animals do not feel time passing. Their attention span is too short. Dogs, for instance, their attention span is like maybe a good 5 to 15 minutes and then it restarts. Like they don't realize you've been gone for 8 hours when you've been gone 8 hours. But cats and rats, those were two animals that for sure, I guess for sure, as far as we can, I don't know how they test these things. I don't remember. It's been a very long time. But as far as they knew, those are two animals that we know for sure can conceptualize of time. And the way they say it is think about thinking, which is a weird way to put it, but they can think about thinking. And I think orcas or there's one, I think it's orcas or dolphins, some sort of dolphin species, some sort of mammal in the sea is, they're pretty sure also can do this. I can't remember which one it is though specifically, but it's pretty insane when you think about that. Like your cat is not that far away from you, mentally speaking. You know what I mean? First vet visit, 13 pounds. Oh my God, baby Riker. Hold on. I'm not going to say it. Do y'all see what's in the background? Fucking yam in the background of this beautiful photo kills me. Yam back there like, hey guys. This is a beautiful picture though. I mean, just stunning. Everything about it. But like when you know what you know, like yam. Just a little yam in the background. That's a beautiful picture though. Right? That looks like something that would be like, you know, the stock photos you find in picture frames in Michael's. Fur is one reason I prefer cats to dogs. The fluffy, soft fur. I know there are dogs that are fluffy, but not really the same in my experience. Honestly, Donna, the closest I've ever that in my experience, the closest to cat fur would be a poodle because poodle's fur is literally like human hair more than like fur, you know? But I don't know. It's beautiful. I just the yam, the yam. I feel like I would be yam. Spiritually, I am yam. I am yam. Listens. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my stream. Thank you for that follow. It takes my breath away with your choice to join my fucked up family today. Welcome to the classiest place on earth. I invite you and your brethren take your pants off, place your hand in front of each other, and enjoy your time here. I don't stream in pants on the floor. I invite you to do the same. Embrace your goddamn nudity. Love for every hole is a gold and yours is golden. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. That dog is beautiful. Yam in the background is my favorite ever, though. So cats and rats are actually able to be philosophical. No shit. That's my talking point for therapy today. Oh my God. Please do it. Please. Please. That's amazing. Bulldogs are just unstoppable, super bulky doofuses. Any bully breed is. It's so funny that they're called a bully breed. I've owned many bully breeds in my life, and they're the doofiest. Literally, I think if you look up, I think it's the same for French bulldogs and for pugs, but if you look up like the AKC standard description of their personality, in both of them it says they are clowns. They make fun all on their own, they want you to laugh. Like those kind of dogs, for some reason, they know you're laughing. So like when they like roll over to itch their back like any dog would, but it's them, you know, and they look like a little sausage and we're like, "Oh, ha ha ha." They like enjoy that. I love them. Boxers, all of them. They're just fucking hilarious dogs. My dogs are more like hilarious on accident. They're not, they don't like, you know what I mean? Like Lilith gets her lip stuck up and looks at you like, and has no idea it's happening. And I just start laughing hysterically and she doesn't understand. Those are more the moments we get there. Oh my God, listens, that first emote is fucking precious. Oh my God. The first fit, the flower. One sit flower is precious. I love that. Also, every night at 10 or 11, Yzma will come and yell at me for attention, then go pee, and then come back and yell. Why? Just yell for nothing? Just like, is this communication? Is this what happens? I don't know. Oh my god. Wait, a cotton detour. Is that a kind of cat? Is that a kind of cat or a dog? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Oh, cute. I don't think I've ever petted. I don't think I've ever seen that kind of dog that I knew I was. I mean, I used to be like in 4-H with dogs and stuff, so I've seen many different breeds, but I don't know. I would have guessed that was a Bichon Frise, to be honest, if I saw it IRL. I don't know. It looks like it's literally cotton, though. I don't know. That's weird. Your cat just had a third litter? Oh my god. Are you doing this on purpose? You should get her neutered. Poor kitty cat's gonna lose her uterus. She only had one and it was a girl. Second was all boys. Now third litter is all boys again. Damn, dude. Damn. What do you do with the kittens? That's a lot of cats. That's a lot of cats. I could tell Kitty to wait 15 minutes and he'd settle, but then pop out exactly 15 minutes later meowing. Well, maybe some cats are different. Not all cats are the same. I wish I could neuterus my uterus. Oh my god, I want to yeetus my fetus maker. I don't have a fetus. That almost didn't work. Can I read your last message, please? Which one? Did I miss one? Cotton's closest genetic cousin is the Bichon. Okay, that makes sense. It was like the super black features and the stark white hair, like that monochromatic starkness. That's what I always associate with the Bichon. They're almost identical, but Cottons have straight hair. Okay, and Bichons, is it like crimpy kind of? Is that why they're more fluffy looking? Yeetus thine, maker of the fetus. I don't know. Yeetus and fetus rhyme, but I gotta figure it out. That just does not work out well at all. I don't know. Not smart enough for this. We need to take a break. I can't believe it's already time, but I want to go say good morning to Zach really quick before he starts his stream. And then I'm gonna make some boyfriends. We've been playing Boyfriend Dungeon. It's very fun. The dating sucks, but the rest is pretty fun. I'd like to play more. Also I need to pack a bowl. So pack your bowls. It's excellent. I am balls deep in it. I'm pretty sure my friend Katsumushi bought it for me as a joke. And I started playing it on Valentine's Day, and I think I've played it, like, we finished Stray. That was the only break we took. Last Saturday, I finished Stray, cried my stupid eyes out, but other than that, we've been playing Boyfriend Dungeon, and it's, like, so fucking cheesy. I thought it was gonna be a joke, but it's actually really fun. Like, the battling is really fun. And some of the character conversations are fun. Most of them are, you know, most of the people they want me to date are just terrible people, and I don't like any of them. But I'm doing my best. I've never dated, so, like, maybe this is the way it's supposed to go. I don't know. I'm just loading a bowl before I go. Yeah, right? Like, that's a lot of cats, man. My Nana had my poor Nana, bless her heart. She started feeding stray cats in the neighborhood and ended up literally with, like, over 15 cats that were living under her deck at one point. And we were actually able to call, I can't remember what organization it is, but it's like, some sort of, like, animal control, but not animal control, you know? And what they did is they came out, they were able to trap all the cats. They fixed all of them, neutered slash spayed all of them, and then just let them go again. But what it did is it prevents them from, just breeding like wild under my Nana's porch because it was a lot of cats. And like, you can get infested with cats. They breed a lot. But I know that there's groups and services that'll do that, and they charge nothing because it's good. They do it for the environment. They do it for the betterment of people, and the betterment of cats. Because I remember when I got Millie, I got her fixed because I read that that female dogs. I don't know if this is the same for cats, but female dogs at least, the longer that they have their uterus and their uteral horns and all their pieces, the more at risk they are of developing like uterine cancers and stuff like that. And I knew I never wanted to breed Millie for any reason like that. Like, I ain't no backyard breeder. So I went and got her fixed as soon as she had her first heat. It might have been ASPCA. It's been a very long time. This was literally like right after my grandpa passed away. I think I was in middle school. But I'm sure there's got to be multiple, because I know there's even places like that you can take your animal and they'll spay and neuter for free. because, like, it's not healthy to backyard breed, like, constantly, you know, for the animal or for anybody. Like, there's not enough people in the world. But I know there's places that do that kind of thing. All white, cute though. I've never had an all white cat. My mom had a Bichon named Mako. She got it shortly after the last dog had to be put down. Oh, sad though. Bichons are really cute, good dogs, though. I've never met a Bichon that wasn't lovely. Oh my god, you mean the racist sexy? Do you mean the fucking, like, anti-Semite dude that's stalking me? Eric. Eric? I think that's Eric. We don't like him either, in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. Fuck Eric. Uh-huh. He's so racist. From point literally, I think it was our very first conversation with him. I'm like, "Y'all, is this guy just racist? I think this guy's a race I think this is the racist dude that we have to deal with now." No, thank you. No interest at all. None. Honestly, there's not one person that I'm, like, head over heels for. My favorite is the surfer dude that turns into, like, the Viking axe. He's my favorite so far just because he's a sweetheart. He doesn't have any extreme personality traits that, like, are just horrific yet. The club owner's okay. He's dumb as a pile of rocks and maybe wants to eat me, I don't know. But everybody else is just, ugh, exhausting. I'm exhausted by them. Eric. Oh yeah, Allie. There's a dude. So basically what he is, he owns so it's a dating sim, but also like a roguelite. It's really fun, like Hades kind of. And the dating sim part is how you level up your weapons, which are also your dates. So you know how like like in some games you might date a werewolf or a vampire. In this game, you date a scimitar human or a fencing sword human or a dagger human or a Viking axe human. Like that's their that's what they can turn into, and you wield them through the dungeons. It's real weird. So like you level them up so far in the dungeons, and then you have to go on these little dates with them to level up the weapons further. And the dates are pretty fucking, corny. But there's one guy, Eric, and he owns a sword shop. And at the very beginning of the game, he's the first person you meet. You run into him. He owns a sword shop, and you're like, "Oh, are there sword people there?" Or whatever the fuck they call them. And he gets all snooty about it, and he's like, "Sword people are trash. I only deal in pure steel." And he's not a sword person, and he treats everyone that's a sword person like shit. And it's just like all of his dialogue is so racist. I mean, it's easy. It's like you don't need to put on a tinted glasses to see it. It's so fucking apparent. And because I picked up on that real fast, I started shutting him down, and I think that's turning him on because every single date I go on, he shows up. With anybody else, he shows up. He's stalking me, and then at one point, like the dialogue pops on the screen and says, "You see a face in the window of your room," and it's him. He's stalking me now. He's a fucking creeper. Yeah. We actually not yesterday, because yesterday was weird late stream, but the day before yesterday when we were playing, we got to play with the new sword, the latest sword I found, which is like it looks like a sex toy, but it's like a laser sword or something. Still haven't quite figured that shit out. But we got to play with that, and that person is a K-pop star who's kind of like shy and reserved, but Eric showed up at your date and he fucking told Eric off. And it felt real good. So maybe I'm into the K-pop guy too now. I don't know. He had balls. Like he's insufferable, but he had balls and I'm into that. Human fur at the moment. I don't go out often. I sleep with my hair pulled up. Oh, dude, when I take a shower, I lose so much hair. It's insane. I feel that if I put my hair up for days, I mean, it's brushing your hair constantly. You can just rip hair out. So you shouldn't brush it all the time. But I'll leave my hair up in a bun. And when you take it down, it's just like, am I bald? Is there a bald spot? Feed him the vampires? I wish. They should eat him. Oh my god, we need to go on more dates with the vampires, and he'll show up. He hasn't shown up on a vampire date yet. Trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Isn't that the dude voiced by Octopimp? I remember playing the players harassing him because they didn't like the character. Isn't that ironic? Attacking an actor for a character they play. I don't know, Donna, and that's why I think we need to go on more dates. We did see him with glowing red eyes and vampire fangs with that chick in the alley at one point. That was the first time. So it's not like he's just like looking like himself and mystically sucking on people. He straight up looked different and then suddenly didn't have red eyes or fangs anymore. So I don't know. We're going to have to go on more dates with him. I got to figure it out. I don't know. Dude, Hello Devil, right? What the fuck? That's fucked up. I hate that. Honestly, they should Oh god, I hate that. Which one? Boyfriend dungeon? Oh, Alley Eclectic. It's fucking hilarious. The fighting part when you're in the dunge, they call it the dunge, but the dungeons is actually very fun. It's very much roguelite. It's entertaining. The new swords and stuff you get to use, they all have different powers and stuff. And we've only played, I mean, how many hours do I have in? Hello, Vissy, my love. I gotta see how many hours I have in, but we haven't played a ton, and I already have like 5 swords. And there's more. Oh, we met a new one. We met a brand new one last 2 days ago, and I totally almost forgot. We met the Scythe, who is also
Insufferable as fuck! Shocker. Why does the cool weapon have to be an insufferable bitch?
why couldn't the Scythe be cool? Like, just give me one. Come on. I'll be your Scythe. Fuck. But we only had one conversation with them. I really don't know how far that's gonna. I don't know if they're still insufferable. We'll have to date them more. But I just remembered we met them at the very, very end of last stream. I love you, Viata. Cheers. Be safe. Don't get COVID. Don't let anyone cough and be gross at you. I love you. What? No, the actor's just like the character. I can tell the difference between reality and fiction. They're yuck. Same. Dumb. So I am in. Yeah, I've only played 11 hours. Like we've only played 11 hours total, and I already have. I think we have the scimitar, the fencing sword, which I always. It's E-stock, S-stock, E-stock. I think that's what it's called. Viking axe, dagger, laser sword. Do I have any more? I think that's it. Think so. E-stock, yeah. Eliza, cheers, my love. Please don't suffer in the meetings. Boo. Cheers, I love you. Isn't that sick? I like it too, man. This like weird hidden green streak she did is really fun to do. I wish I could braid. Like if I could braid my own hair, it'd be pretty cool. Thank you. I think she did such a good job, man. I washed it too, Eliza. I don't know if I told you that. I washed it. I took a bath. Like dunked my hair in boiling hot water with salt in it like an idiot, and it still looks pretty damn good. I mean, my bath water was blue, but I don't see any like, flaws in it or anything. My roots are coming out though. The blackhead effect. I told you guys. Does it not look like my scalp is covered in blackheads? It's because my hair is black. It's the worst. We hate it. I hate it. I can see it on my baby hairs too if I pull them up. They have black roots and it looks like blackheads and they hate it. Black hair is a curse. I wish Zeke could braid. He didn't have any sisters to learn from. Size are large and unwieldy, therefore the personality is insufferable. Thus far, the personalities in no way, shape, or form match their weapon at all. Like, we've tried to guess what weapon they're going to be if we meet the person first or vice versa, and we are never right. Ever. So I don't know. They don't match them. Maybe. I mean, I'd agree with your assessment, but I wouldn't put any money on it because none of the other ones have checked out that way. Like, we've tried. Exactly. Like, I was saying the same thing. Like, especially these, like the baby hairs, they're almost like a white green at this point, but it's still there, and I think it still looks nice. That's probably because I dunked my hair in salt water like an idiot. I was cold. So E-stock doesn't E-stock you? No, but I think E-stock wants to fuck his dad. Like, I'm pretty sure he wants to fuck his own dad. I don't know what's going on there. He's so obsessed with his own daddy. Yeah, like that's each character aside from our beach dude has like some insufferable like flaw, quote unquote, like thing that I just like, oh, like being obsessed with daddy or being a stalker or being racist or whatever, being dumb as a bag of rocks. The solid black one's amazing and easy to clean. Which one? Solid black what? Oh, wait, brush. Oh, shit. I have tangly hair too. Hold on. Ooh, that solid black one looks amazing. Bitch, I might have to. Oh, dude, it's only $10. Fuck yeah, man. I was gonna say, like, usually when you get a nice brush set, but that looks like something that would be amazing at detangling. And it doesn't, like, rip all your hair out, I'm assuming. That's my problem, is, like, especially this, the hairs, like, at the base of my neck right here, they dread if I leave them down. I have to put my hair up at nighttime. And when I go to brush them out, I feel like I'm just ripping my hair out of my skull. I never played Octopath Traveler 1. I know. It's one of those games I missed out on. I heard it was fucking beautiful, and I watched a couple other people play, but I feel like I should play 1 before I play 2, and I'm on, like, a game diet where I'm not buying any games. But it's, like, always been on my mental back burner because I've heard amazing things, and it's beautiful, isn't it? It's kind of an art game where the art is just phenomenal. The brush is, like, 8 separate pieces that held together in the back. Oh my god. Oh, I love that you can clean it. Dude, I have one of those brushes that's, like, it's like a paddle brush, I guess, where it has the kind of that, membrane that all the bristles are stuck into, and it's, like, squishy, like there's air. But I brush my hair when it's wet sometimes, and that I look at that brush and I'm like, is it molding inside? It's not like an ancient brush. I clean it, but I think about that sometimes. Like, it's not I can't take that apart to clean under it, and I'm like, I don't know about that." Yes, I've heard, like, I know many people that have played it, and it's amazing. It's just one of those games I think I was playing something else when it came out, or I had a lot of games going on or something. I started playing a free game made by Rusty Lake last night. Oh, fuck yes. Those are good, right? They're hard. No shit, chat literally had to clue me in on some of the hints. Donna, don't feel bad. Like, if you get stuck, look it up. I got stuck multiple times on Rusty Lake routes. Like, stuck. Where I was just like, I've clicked every inch of this fucking screen. And someone in chat who had played before would always be like, hey, Katie, maybe check out the tree again. And I'd go to the tree and, like, just click every fucking inch of it and eventually find something. Don't get discouraged. Some of them are just obscure, and some of them, like, I remember, you were trying to do a puzzle and your clue was on the other side when you go all the way to one side of the screen. But I swear to God, I couldn't figure out the similarities between the clue and the puzzle. I was very frustrated by it. And everyone's like, no, it's cool, Katie. No one gets it. Like, that doesn't make any sense either. I was like, cool. I'm not alone in this. Anyways, let's take a quick break. I don't want a fucking ad to run. Quick break. I need to go say good morning to Zachy before he goes on his streaminess. But then we will continue and play some boyfriends and stuff. Play some boyfriends? I don't know. Maybe try to find someone that's tolerable. Back, everybody. I'm snow blinded. It is damn bright outside. And cold. That's really smart, Donna. That's how I got all the Supergiant games. First one I played was Bastion. And I think I literally played like a quarter of it. And I was like, guys, if all the other games are like this, I must have all of them. And literally they went on sale. It was some Steam sale where there was a bundle of every Supergiant game for sale for dumb cheap. And I bought it because I was just like, I know I'm going to love these. Sarah, my love, I love you. How are you doing? Is life so much better now that the crotchety hag is no longer with us? Not dead, just like, dead to us. I hope life is better. I love you. We're going to make boyfriends today. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I want that scythe. It looks like such a dope weapon, but like, oh, it's probably slow. You're probably right. That's my biggest qualm with the fucking, the axe. The Viking axe is really good. It's really powerful, but it's slow as fuck. And sometimes I'm much more of a fast weapon person. Like, I like to just run in hack and slash. And it's like the axe, you need to have more like finesse or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's probably in my head, maybe. Anywho, the music for the game's dope. That's a nice pro. Boyfriends. I got scared there for a minute. I was like, where the fuck's the music? I had to change our category. Black and Heaven! Dude, Black and Heaven is totally fine. We're about to jump in and make boyfriends. Happy Faded Friday. Oh, I need to cheers. I didn't cheers Viata away because I packed a new bowl. Cheers in the name of Viata, our love. And in the name of making boyfriends, I guess.